Hello and welcome to the Scrapbook Pals YouTube channel. My name is Terry and today I will be sharing a super cute graduation card made with products from Captain Pooler Designs. So let's get started. So here is a close-up look at the stamp set that I will be using today. I absolutely love the little puns in the set. I mean, look at this sentiment. Look who graduated and a little bit older and a lot a bit wiser. Super cute. And the critters, the owls are so cute, and of course the shop carries the coordinating dies, so you don't need to worry about fussy cutting the stamp images. Okay, so to start off my card, I am using white alcohol marker friendly cardstock. I like to use my favorite ink to stamp the images, and that is Memento Tuxedo Black. I like using this ink pad because it works really well with Copic markers, and that's the coloring medium that I will be using today. So the owls are pretty much colored all the same. I will list the colors that I use on the screen as well as under the description bar. I used the brown color family, but you can pretty much use any color you want to color in the owls. A white and gray snow owl would really look super cute. I know this stamp set is made as a graduation set, but you can pretty much use these owls for just about anything. Just mix and match with whatever you have in your stash. I think that's the best thing to do, is kind of stretching out your supplies and utilizing what you have and making that work with new products. After I was finished with coloring the images, I am going in with the coordinating dies. So the coordinating dies aren't pre-clipped, so I'm using my wire trimmer to take the die apart, and off screen I ran that through my die cutting machine. I love the cute accessories in this set. I am just playing around with the placement of everything until I find a design that I like, and of course I added a few highlights and details using my Jelly Roll pen, just to give the images a little more interest. Okay, so now going into the background. Using an acrylic block and a few of the accessories stamped from the set, I'm going in and creating my very own pattern paper to coordinate with the stamp set. I am using a white piece of cardstock and the same black ink as earlier. So what I am doing here is simply just stamping the images randomly throughout the card panel. As I'm doing this, I want to be mindful of the placement of the stamp set. So I don't want to stamp the same image right next to each other. So as you can see here, I'm kind of keeping a little space and distance between each image. And the last image here is the cute little pencil, and I'm just filling that in throughout the card panel. So once I was finished with the background, I went ahead and trimmed it down to 5 1/4 by 4 inches using my paper trimmer. Now for the sentiment. I stamped out the sentiment, "Look who graduated," with Versamark ink onto a strip of black cardstock, and I heat set that with white embossing powder using a heat tool. And here I am once again trying to figure out a good layout for my design. And once I was happy, I went in with liquid and foam adhesive to adhere it to the background panel. I like using a combination of liquid and foam squares, or liquid and foam adhesive, because it gives the card a little bit of interest. It's not just one single layer, it has some dimension to it, and I love doing that onto all of my cards. And the foam squares that I am using is also available in the shop, and I really love this brand because it sticks really well and it's also easy to peel. I'm pretty sure you're familiar that some foam squares, the stick on the back or the release sheet on the back of the foam squares are so hard to get off, and this is super easy. I will link the information down below if you're looking for a replacement to your foam squares. So after everything was adhered onto the panel, I decided to go in with the same color markers as earlier and colored in the background image. I felt that there wasn't enough pop on the card, and the interest of colors in the background would tie nicely with the colors of the owl. And again, if you're interested in the colors that I'm using, I will list all of the information down below in the description bar. Okay, so to finalize the card, I backed it up with a blue matted rectangle that I trimmed slightly larger than my card front. And I adhere that to one another using liquid adhesive. I just love creating a mat against my card panel just to give a little bit of extra interest onto the card design. Okay, and for the card base, I'm going in with a top folding card base in white that I scored using my score buddy. And using liquid adhesive again, I adhere that to the top folding card base. Okay, so to add a little bit more interest, and this is the last of it, I added black rhinestones to the eyes of the owl. And I love doing this because it just creates that little pop onto the owl just to give it a little bit of dimension. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.